Hello everybody, I'm forecaster Justin Staples and it's June 14th. As we go out on this Saturday, we're going to be seeing a rinse and repeat all week long. We've been saying the same thing over and over again, and it looks like that trend is going to continue as we head into the start of next week as well. But of course, right now, a lot of us watching for those storms coming into play, staying unsettled to next week. We might be talking about a heat wave in the making as we go towards later in the middle of next week as well, which would be 3 or more days consistently above 90 or greater. But of course, the rainfall since the start of June has been pretty impressive for a lot of locations here. Columbia, Sneads Ferry, Cape Carteret there. About 3 to 6 inches of rain. If you come back further inland to Wallace and Jacksonville, about 2.5 inches, almost 3 inches of rain there. New Bern and Jacksonville, again, we did pick up over an inch of rain last night, so we're probably well over that threshold as well. We got some more graduations. It looks like this is the last string of them today for Saturday. Rocky Mount and Nash Central High School, their graduations are scheduled for 9 and 11 a.m. If you're heading out there, it's going to be overcast, but this afternoon you may run into some stray showers once again. Radar's been pretty busy. We've had a few showers overnight, even some storms as well. We'll zoom in a little closer to some of these embedded heavy showers we saw overnight and early this morning. Snow Hill, Goldsboro, Bennettsville, Smithfield back towards I-95 picked up a good 1 to 2 inches of rain north of Bethel and extending over to portions of Columbia, Gum Neck, over to Williamston, Windsor, outside of portions of the district of Greene County. Also saw a couple of inches of rain as well. We're going to stay quiet for a little while, watching for more redevelopment here, more shower and storms. This is the leading starting the edge of this cold front here that's going to start to slowly move its way into as we go towards later in the time. Latest from the tropics and the Pacific Ocean. We're quiet here, thankfully. Of course, they've been busy out for the last couple of days. And thanks to a lot of Saharan dust we're seeing right now, which is why we're not seeing any tropical development and forming at this moment in time, which is usually we would get this right on this time of year. So it's pretty usually we skip that as well. This is where Delilah is. This is out there in the Pacific Ocean. So if you know folks making some cruisers or going down to the Baja Bay Peninsula south of California or the coast of Mexico there, good heads up that we may be dealing with some tropical development there. For us though, no tropical development, your typical afternoon shower and storms thanks to a sea breeze front setting up again, as we're going to see the same areas over and over and over that continue to see showers and thunderstorms going into tonight. We quiet down as we go towards sunrise on Sunday, and then eventually we'll do it all over again in the afternoon. Heating of the day could fire up some heavy downpours. Of course, a lot of this rain could fall really heavily at times. Of course, there's several risk factors with those potential for heavy rainfall. Seeing that potential rainfall about a good 1 to 2 inches, maybe 2 to 4 inches for some folks. Because of that, there is a level 1 risk of some flooding concerns for tomorrow, maybe some high gusty winds with that. And again, the flood risk for Saturday is on a slight level risk for today and tomorrow, slightly risk of high flooding concerns possible for Sunday for heavy rainfall, and then a marginal level 1 risk for flooding right there. So watching out for that over the next few days. Heat indices today below 95 or less, and then we'll quiet down and then warm back up in the 90s as we go towards the afternoon. Heat indices well near 100 possibly Sunday afternoon, so a relatively warm day as we go to that time frame as well. Unfortunately, the humidity no change, but maybe some hope late next week. We'll have to see if that cold front can do some justice with that. Wrapping up the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament, of course, it's been an exciting last couple of days for those marlin catchers out there, looking to be pretty nice. Start things off and watching out for that too. There's also the Washington Summer Festival there. Of course, heading out to that is bringing an umbrella. Temperatures in the mid 80s at that time frame. Look at your Father's Day forecast for tomorrow. Starting things off cloudy, increasing clouds later in the day. We'll round out the day with a few showers and thunderstorms. Just keep that in mind. If you got plans first half of the day, you are good to go. Your coastal 5-day forecast heading to the beaches. You maybe have an umbrella there with you there. Just keep highs in the mid 80s there. For the rest of us, holding in those mid to upper 80s. And then again, watching for that heat wave as we go into next Wednesday, Thursday, and through next weekend.